Thank you all for coming. From what I understand, Keval, these are people who have come from all over India.
Yes. Can you all tell your few cities like where?
Thank God Delhi was mentioned.
Great. So it was originally going to be a fireside chat between Sanjeev and I. But I said that if we don't have Keval, our coach, on stage, this would be incomplete. Right? So I've known Keval for 6, 7 years now.
Yes.
So he has said so many good things about Sanjeev and I. I think it is in order I say a few things about him. According to me, he is one of the emerging business leaders of tomorrow. According to me, he is on the verge of building something very special. And your presence here today is a small validation of it. So thank you. Third, I think the area in which he is working and developing products and solution, automation, business automation, enhancing your business productivity and goals and outcomes is going to be one of the most powerful tools to help our country towards 2047 goals of Viksit Bharat. Because MSME is the backbone of the country. It is the least celebrated in the country. आजकल बहुत spotlight है startups, valuation, VC, Silicon Valley, Bangalore, which is well deserved, well merited. Those people are making tremendous contributions towards our country. But I often feel that the MSME sector works quietly, with humility, sincerely, and probably generates more wealth, value, jobs, and products. So we can all imagine if all of you people adopt the modern day tools of doing business, improve your practices, processes, and move even 10% ahead, 10x तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, every year, the impact that we will see at the national aggregate level will be revolutionary. Absolutely. So which is why I think what is being done here today by Keval, his team, and with your contributions, this partnership will really take us ahead. So thank you all very much. Okay, now that we have Sanjeev here.
But Vikas, may I add something to what you said? देखो, I quit my job and became an entrepreneur in 1990, right? अब हो गए 34 साल. पहले 10 साल हम SME ही थे. फिर in the year 2000, we raised a small bit of venture capital, and suddenly people began to call us a startup. We are still the same company, same business. So what is an SME? What is a startup? It's a very fuzzy line. Ultimately, most startups are SMEs until they become big. If they become big, many don't become big. So this is all nomenclature, which is somewhat perhaps misleading. But all startups are essentially SMEs for the first several years.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
एक चीज मैं और कहूँगा. One thing I will say, startup और SME में आज भी फर्क है. फर्क ये है कि अगर ये रूम startup founders का भरा होता, तो सब संजीव के पास आते और बोलते सर ये मेरा आइडिया है, मुझे इतने पैसे चाहिए. MSME में लोग कहते हैं सर ये मेरा बिजनेस है, I want to proudly tell you what I've achieved.
Absolutely.
ये फर्क है.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so I think the show is Keval's. It is best that Keval, with his lens of understanding of what you need, what his product can do for you, and Sanjeev's experience, conducts the discussion. And I will chip in every now and then. हम सूत्रधार हैं, करता धरता ये दोनों हैं. ठीक है ना? चलिए केवल आ जाइए.
Thank you so much, Vikas. एक बार विकास जी के लिए a huge round of applause. So Vikas is our official advisor as well, and he's my lovely teammate as well. So we call him everyone. We discuss about how do we scale things to the next level. So just say you feel that I'm your mentor, yes or no? So I have also one mentor in my life. So it's very important कि हमारी life में एक mentor होना चाहिए. So thank you so much, Sanjeev, for joining us in the Business Automation Summit. And पहले तो the level that you are at, आपने इतना time निकाला, it means a lot.
No, we love startups, we love young companies, we love SMEs. I started out with 2,000 rupees in the year 1990 in a servant quarter of the garage in my father's house. With थोड़े पैसे आए, we bought second-hand furniture. थोड़े और पैसे आए, bought a second-hand computer. थोड़े और पैसे आए, So essentially we were making sales happen. जब कुछ बिकता, तो थोड़ा margin बनता तो we would. In the first 10 years, for roughly 6 years, I could not take a salary. Right? Oh. So I used to teach at business schools on weekends in and around Delhi to earn some pocket money. I used to get 175 rupees an hour. and I used to say, if I can teach 8 hours, तो मेरे 1200 रुपये बन जाएंगे, so महीने में हो गए 4-5 हज़ार रुपये, which is okay, and you're teaching 9 months of the year because बाकी छुट्टियाँ होती थी, and so that's how we got by, right? It was a tale of trying to produce some product or service, get some sales to happen, get some money into the company, pay some salaries and rent, buy a couple of computers every year. So you slowly build it up. And that's how we started and struggled.
Awesome.
So 7 saal we did 20 small things: salary surveys, teaching, training, databases, whatever came our way to survive. This is 90 to 97. 97 we launched Naukri as the 21st small thing. Essentially we were taking jobs from newspapers and magazines around the country and putting them on the internet, and we called it Naukri. Traffic आने लगा. जब traffic आया, then we began to charge for job listings. So धीरे-धीरे revenue बढ़ा. पहले साल 2.5 लाख, दूसरे साल 18 लाख, तीसरे साल 36 लाख. And we had to break even to survive. We had no money, right? And that's how we did it.
So what if I ask, what's the current revenue, last year's revenue of Naukri.com?
Yeah, I don't track the numbers this closely, but the company revenue about 2,500 crore. Yes, 2,500 crore revenue है. Profit होगा लगभग 1,000 crore.
Oh, wow.
Sanika, what is the revenue last year? Please just checking. My colleague Sanika is here. She looks at, she invests in startups. So if you want to ask for money, ask her. Not me.
Awesome. So Sanjeev, while you said the first year was few lakhs and then 15, then 18, then 30. So till now you've achieved thousands of crores of rupees business in the business which is now running on autopilot mode. And
Autopilot कुछ नहीं होता, लेकिन मैं नहीं कर रहा. और लोग कर रहे हैं.
for you it is autopilot mode. So what were the top 3 challenges जो आपको as a leader लगे कि यार ये challenges अगर मैंने solve कर लिए तो business actually scale कर जाएगा?
देखिए, पहले तो we did not think of scale. Right? वो dream ही नहीं था. I wanted to run a small company. I was very happy running a small company. I can run a small company. I can make a profit. So you see, my father built a house in East Delhi in a place called Swasth Vihar. Not a very fashionable address, but it was a government health ministry cooperative society. वहाँ पर उनको plot मिला हुआ था. Okay? And we had moved in there in 1983. And वहाँ पे ground floor था पहले. तो garage था, 7th quarter था. So we occupied the 7th quarter. And I used to pay my father 800 rupees a month rent. He didn't want to take it, but I insisted. I must pay rent. And gradually पैसा बना. Salary survey किया, trademarks, database किया. What's the turnover? अच्छा, and profit? 700 crore PAT है. हाँ, PAT. नौकरी का 1,000 crore होगा because नौकरी का 1,000 crore होगा because जीवन साथी and others they make a small loss, right? Now, so then we built the first floor and a second floor. And in the second floor, we moved the office from the 7th quarter.
Okay.
Right? So, धीरे-धीरे करते गए. So the first 10 years were just surviving. Sometimes taking a salary, sometimes not taking a salary. I remember Vikas, in between jobs, would work with us. I remember Vikas, I would get him as a visiting faculty here and there, when I was teaching. Right? So Vikas and I were flatmates in Bombay in our first job. In 1985 की बात है. He was working with Britannia. I was in advertising working with Lintes, and there were 3 of us sharing a flat.
हिंदी पिक्चर बनती है ना, एक छत के नीचे 2 भाई होते हैं. एक कहाँ और दूसरा कहाँ. No, we are before anything else.
Yeah, and so we were flatmates, and I think Bombay we had a blast. But eventually we had to come back to Delhi, both of us, separate times. Anyway, so coming back, so we had done various things, right? So when we started Naukri, I had no desire to build a big company. I was venture capital था ही नहीं, I'd never heard of it. I was saying, if I can make a profit and earn a salary, मैं खुश हूँ, right? But then we began to get inbound interest from venture capitalists saying, we want to invest in your company. So हमने meeting की, and after hearing people out, मैंने मना कर दिया, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए venture capital. But then competition raised venture capital. Okay.
Competition.
I mean, one of the VCs I said no to went and funded somebody else to up chalu karo job site. Now, when that happened, we had no money, and they had got $7 million, 28 crore rupees investment, and they launched their job site with a TV ad campaign on the India-Pakistan cricket series in Sharjah.
Okay.
And 3 years after we launched, but the launch ad campaign expense was twice our annual revenue. हमारे revenue था 36 लाख, उन्होंने 75 लाख का ad campaign से launch किया.
Awesome.
So that's when we got scared and worried, and we said, we can't survive with this kind of competition. So we went into the market and went back to the venture capital world and said, we've changed our minds, please give us money. So fortunately, we were able to get some money. And then we began to build the company. And once you raise venture capital, you have to build a large company because the venture capitalist wants an exit at 10x the valuation at which they put the money in. So if 10x करना है तो आपको 100x करना होगा.
Right.
So we got on to that treadmill कि अब तो ये करना पड़ेगा. Before that मैं खुश था. you know, company on the top floor, residence on the ground floor, you know, small commute, right?
So,
No problem.
Sanjeev, if I may ask, guys, a round of applause ho jaye for this such an interesting journey here. I have one quick question. Currently, how many employees are in Naukri.com?
5,500.
5,500.
Hazar. Plus we have invested in more than about 120 startups. So Policy Bazaar, we are the largest shareholders. वहाँ पे होंगे करीब 13-14 हज़ार. Zomato में है 3,000 होंगे. Maybe now with Blinkit and with the ticketing business, Paytm maybe 4,000. I don't know exactly.
So,
And plus there are other startups.
yeah, so can you give some tips on how to hire top smart leaders in the company? How to hire the best talent to MSMEs?
Yeah. When we began, we were muddling. Essentially, once we have muddled through, we look excellent because now you're seeing results. But I'm just like you. I am muddling through, right? So who were the first people we got? The first people we got were people we could afford. Who could we afford? Right? We could afford people in 1989-90 who were paying 1,000, 1,500 rupees a month. Right? Who were they? They were people in the neighborhood. There was this sort of unauthorized colony nearby. वहाँ पे लोग थे. They were not that well off. They were lower middle class. Enough young people looking for a job. One or two of them knew how to type. So we said, do data entry. Right? 2-3 प्यून. वो प्यून for what? हम डायरेक्ट मेल से बेचते थे. तो भाई आपको एनवलप स्टफ करना है, पेस्ट करना है. वो आपका काम है. These are not highly educated people. These are essentially people who are grey collar office jobs. Right?
Right.
Now, then, थोड़ा बहुत revenue आया. थोड़ा बहुत brand बना on salary survey. थोड़ा surplus बना. We hired some more people. Now, I used to teach on weekends at business schools in and around Delhi. So one of the places where I used to teach was the Times School of Marketing.
Okay.
So one of the students there was graduating. He came to me and says, boss, I don't want to work in a big company. Can I come and work with you? So I said, look, I don't know how much I can pay you. He said, never mind. Let's start.
Yeah.
So he joined. So now what I'm saying is, first people you can afford in your neighborhood, then your personal network. This student came to me. Then, as the company grew further, people whom I knew who were otherwise having quite expensive, but I knew them and I knew their circumstances. And they were willing to work half a day for slightly less money. 1 year junior being I am Ahmedabad. Right? So essentially, you first hire people you know, you hire friends, people you know, people in the neighborhood, your personal network. शुरुआत वहीं से होती है. Many of us have started businesses. You probably started with some relatives or some friends. Somebody you worked with, somebody you studied with. It's your personal network, it's your family. It's only afterwards you use slightly more formal means of hiring that you hire people you don't know from before.
True. Yeah.
Right? You hire people, you hire friends of friends. Yes. Our first CFO was who? Our first CFO was somebody whom I had met at a friend's place for dinner, and he had come there, and he told me, I've taken a VRS, so I'm wondering what to do. So I said, talk to us. A chance encounter.
Yeah.
Right? Essentially, entrepreneurs have to be a personal magnet for talent early on.
Yeah. So I think this is one takeaway that we need to be just like we say, a lead magnet, that we are acquiring lead. We need to be that magnet who is actually attracting the top talent as well.
And top need not be absolute top. Yeah? Top could be top, which you are getting right now. It's okay.
True.
Right?
True. So, Sanjeev, what is your advice to business owners who are not willing to delegate their day-to-day tasks to their leaders and managers? And what is the importance of delegation in business owners' life?
So, boss, most entrepreneurs, most founders of businesses have a huge problem delegating. होता नहीं है. मेरे से भी नहीं हुआ. So, 10 years, I was running like a proprietorship. I was the only guy taking all the decisions and telling people what to do. 10 साल. Right? जब हमने venture capital लिया, we had to grow faster. Now, when you grow faster, you need talent, lots of talent from outside.
Yes.
Now, when that happened, I got in people, but I was still not delegating. Now, the thing is that when you get good people into your company and you don't delegate, दो तीन चीजें होती हैं. One is they'll come and fight with you and say, listen, you please step out of my way. I'm doing this. You're coming in my way.
Yeah.
So you have to be the kind of person, if somebody gives you that feedback, you don't get angry with them. Right? You accept and you make space. That's how you retain people. Or they leave. Now, if they leave, it's your failure. So you've got to be sensitive to the fact that you need to get good people and you need to retain them. And you will not be able to retain them until you empower and delegate and give them space.
True.
So if you make your primary goal, I'll get good people and retain them, you will be forced to delegate. So I was forced to delegate. So that's how I learned to delegate.
Even half of them are forced to delegate the work. That is the reason they're sitting here. But yeah, that's true. That if you want to grow the business, then that freedom in the space is important, right?
So but you got to delegate the right amount to the right person and calibrate it, because you don't want to delegate too much to the wrong person, because if things go wrong in a small company, it can be it can be fatal.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Sanjeev, you started with few teammates, then you have 1,000 teammates, and you learned how to delegate, just not by choice, but by force. But how did you create a leadership team that they could further delegate the task and they could build their own entrepreneurship game? So, what are some secrets around it?
So, we had to grow very fast. Now, when you grow very fast, you can't grow your own talent. You cannot hire freshers and say, in 7 years, this person will be here. Right? Which means you're getting people laterally from other organizations. अब आप laterally लोगों को ला रहे हो, वो senior लोग हैं. We got 7, 8, 9 at the same time. They all came from different organizations. One came from Lever, one came from Bank of America, one came from NIIT, one came from various organizations. Right? They all brought their own notions of what is right to do, what is wrong to do, and their own transplanting culture of various other organizations into our company. And so we became this mixture of cultures depending on who's from where. So first thing is, we had to accept the fact that, we didn't have a culture strategy. We जो culture बन गया वो बन गया. लोग जगह जगह से आए. Number one. Number two is we had to survive, because there was a dot-com meltdown. We only had so much money. खर्चे बढ़ गए थे. Sale नहीं बढ़ी थी. We were losing money. We had only 2 years of money left in the bank, and we had to lift sales to make a profit while producing better product at the same time. Okay. The truth is, we had pretty much a performance-driven meritocratic culture, that those who performed were given higher rewards. Those who got less rewards either shaped up or left.
Right. So that incentive structure is really important if you want to bring the real talent out of people.
That is correct. So, see, I'll give you a simple example. Sales में आसान होता है. Sales में you can measure results.
So, may I ask how many sales employees in Naukri, like any lump sum idea?
होंगे करीब 1500 अभी.
1500 लोग सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट में हैं. और संजीव, यहाँ पे कई ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको लगता है कि सेल्स टीम बनानी चाहिए या नहीं बनानी चाहिए. They are just trying to do sales by themselves. So what are your few tips
So
on how to build a sales team?
I'll tell you what we did.
Sure, sure.
हमारे पास 2 प्रोडक्ट्स हैं. एक 6000 रुपए का एनुअल सब्सक्रिप्शन जॉब लिस्टिंग और नौकरी. दूसरा 350 रुपए सिंगल जॉब लिस्टिंग. वी वर सेलिंग थ्रू डायरेक्ट मेल. बेसिकली हम चिट्ठियां भेज रहे थे सबको, सेइंग दिस इज नौकरी, दिस इज द इंटरनेट, ये फॉर्मेट है और ये दाम है, आप पैसे भेज दो और जॉब्स भेज दो एंड हम डाल देंगे.
Sure.
ठीक है. एंड उस बेसिस पे हम 2-3 लाख रुपए महीने की सेल कर रहे थे.
Physical letters based.
हाँ, उस समय तो यार ईमेल था ही नहीं. ओके, फिजिकल लेटर्स, राइट. तो आई वुड सेंड 3000 लेटर्स अ मंथ और महीने की 2-3 लाख सेल होती थी. ओके. और एंड वी वर ब्रेकिंग इवन. Break even, I was not taking a salary, right? So ये चल रहा था. Now we raised venture capital. अब venture capital आया, बोला भाई अब तो can you move from 36 lakhs to 10 crores this year? Okay. तो हम बोला हाँ पैसे दो यार, देख लेंगे बाद में. Okay. Right? Of course it was not going to go to 10 crores, we knew that, right? But there was now pressure in the system. Okay. So, but we had 7 crores in the bank. I had never seen that money, that kind of money. Venture capital had invested. So what did we do? So Hitesh Oberoi, who had joined us that time and is now the CEO of the company and he's co-promoter, he came to me and said, let's do an experiment. Abhi was selling me direct mail. Why don't we hire 4 salespeople and let them go and do sales meetings with prospective clients, see what happens. So I said, sure thing. So हमने 4 sales के लोग hire किए in Delhi, and they began to make sales calls on HR managers. और 6000 रुपए का प्रोडक्ट बेच रहे थे. We learned a very simple thing. कि साहब नौकरी, there was no variable cost, right? Because it doesn't cost you extra money to put one extra job on Naukri, right? The only variable cost was sales commission.
Sales commission, yeah.
Right? The more you sell, the more commission you give. What we figured is that the total kharcha of a salesperson was 22 lakh rupees महीना. Tankha, conveyance, office rent allocated, computer cost allocated, मोबाइल फोन बिल,
सब खर्चा मिला के 22,000.
कन्वेंस सब मिला मिल के 22,000 बैठा था. And we learned very quickly that the average salesperson within 6 months was selling 50,000 रुपए per month, headed north every month.
Sure.
So we said, man, this is very cool. Yeah, 28,000 रुपए का प्रॉफिट आ रहा है सेल्स का बंदा, and अब 38 होगा, अब 48 होगा, as sales increase every month. We were also at the same time producing more products which were more expensive than 6,000 rupees, so that the salesperson had enough products to sell and generate more revenue.
Awesome.
So we said we have found what today we call, and this is our internal jargon, a repeatable profitable unit.
Repeatable लिख लो यार. Repeatable profitable
Unit.
RPU. Okay. Can you explain little bit?
भाई सेल्स का बंदा है, वो 28,000 रुपए मार्जिन कमा रहा है. This अपने खर्चे में प्रॉफिट 28,000 रुपए, that is going towards meeting the corporate overheads,
Sure.
right? Every month. ठीक है? Can you keep on increasing the number of sales people?
Yeah.
That's a repeatable. तो
Absolutely.
28 प्रॉफिट है, प्रॉफिट है. एक सेल्स का एक यूनिट है और कीप रिपीटिंग इट. एंड जब वो 60,000 रुपए बेचेगा तो 38,000 प्रॉफिट होगा, बिकॉज एट हिज कॉस्ट नॉट गोइंग अप, राइट? तो we just kept adding sales people all across India. We would open a new branch in a new city in a business center. जो आजकल co-working space बोलते हैं, उस समय business center होते थे. Take 2 desks, hire 2 people, and tell them in 3 months' time or 6 months' time you have to break even on your total cost in Bombay.
So in between sales employees, you created a layer of business head, right?
नहीं, there was an area sales manager,
That's good.
then branch manager,
Area sales manager.
then regional manager.
Got it.
So we did a very simple thing. We said, which is India's best B2B sales company? Because, because ये B2B sales are. And we said it's Xerox. That time Xerox was rated very highly as a B2B sales company. Best sales practices, best sales training. Very good B2B sales people.
Sure.
And it's not just selling, it's also servicing. हमारे यहाँ भी दोनों था. So we hired 2 people from Xerox.
So this is a very good point. You know, you might be sitting at 10, 20, 30 CR, but you might have competition who's at 500 crore. So you can see what are the policies, what are the systems they have, and you can just replicate that. And even if you can acquire the talent, few people from them, you're getting the entire knowledge at your system. What are your views on this?
एक चीज़ बताऊं आपको मैं. हिंदुस्तान की सबसे बड़ी इंटरनेट की कंपनी फुट सेल्समैन के मेहनत से खड़ी करी है. मतलब ये बाहर किसी को ये इंट्यूटिवली समझ में नहीं आएगा. वो हाईटेक बातें करेंगे, प्लेटफॉर्म, सॉफ्टवेयर, टेक्नोलॉजी, ऑटोमेशन. आएगा ऑटोमेशन भी, लेकिन मतलब द बेसिक्स ऑफ द बिजनेस, द बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स वर कि ये कस्टमर की नीड है, ये हमारा सेल्समैन है, ये जाकर के उसको बेचेगा. 1 से 4, 4 से 5. आज कितने सेल्समैन होंगे आपके?
1500.
आज भी सबसे बड़ी इंटरनेट कंपनी सेल्समैन चलाते हैं. टेक्नोलॉजी अपना रोल प्ले करे और वहीं पर ये है पार्टनरशिप. 1500 सेल्स लोगों को क्या क्या टूल्स चाहिए, टेक्नोलॉजी, सॉफ्टवेयर, ऑटोमेशन, CRM, वो ये भाई साहब बैठे करने के लिए. So that is the partnership. But not to forget, fundamentals of the business don't change. What looks like and what is a profit-making machine, internet company of our era, the iconic company being built on the fundamentals of sales and discipline. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we hired 2 people from Xerox and said, boss, replicate. Geographical territories, areas, salespeople, branches, sales incentive scheme, MIS, control systems. जो कुछ भी आपने सीखा है वहाँ पे implement, यहाँ पे
वो यहाँ पे implement कर दो.
Yes.
Nice.
चिपका, वहाँ से कॉपी करके चिपका दो. And that is how Naukri was built. So find your repeatable profitable unit. Keep on repeating it.
That is the reason it is called repeatable unit. A big round of applause for this time here. So this journey from starting from sale of 2 lakhs, now the company is making thousands of crores. So what is the importance of automation in the success of any company?
See, as you grow larger, it gets complex to manage large number of clients,
Sure.
large number of products, large number of people in your own system, right? So abhi Naukri, I think 1.25 lakh clients are Naukri, okay, all over India, some from overseas also. So to manage those many,
Absolutely.
yeah, you need people, but those people have to be supported
Yeah.
with technology and automation. You may want some of the stuff to be done self-service by clients
Yeah.
to improve your own productivity.
True.
You will have different rules. So now we've got 3 types of sales team. There's a key accounts team, there's a named accounts team, and the retail accounts team. The retail accounts team is anybody below a certain level of payment in a year, and those people are serviced over the phone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So there's tele sales, there's field sales, there's key account sales.
Right. So I think this is true. Ki when you're growing, if you do not adopt automation and IT, then things will fall apart, right? So if you talk about any successful business,
So
owner-
also see what databases and automation does is कि कोई छोड़ के है ना, the record is intact.
yeah,
The replacement can very quickly pick up the threads, and that's really important.
so
और रिपीटेबिलिटी के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी चाहिए ना. अगर आपने एक फुटप्रिंट बना लिया ऑफ सक्सेस और अगर आपको ये 6 जगह उसको रेप्लिकेट करना है बिना टेक्नोलॉजी के और ऑटोमेशन के आप नहीं कर पाओगे. It will be
Absolutely.
flawed.
true, true, true. So you might have experienced some resistance from people when you launch some automation, some IT systems tools. So what should a business owner do when few of the employees resist adopting technology and systems?
So we did not face that problem because we were a young growing company. तो हमने शुरू से वो किया. So anybody who joined, they would be doing it from the beginning. The second is if your MISs are coming out of the automation and the data you put in there, and your meetings and reviews are happening using that MIS, then the people who are below you will automatically have to be on top of the data.
Absolutely.
And they cannot be on top of the data if they have not input data and look at the same MIS.
So this is the secret, that any meeting that you do should be based on the MIS of sales, accounts, operations, everything. So without report, if you're doing the meeting, it's all ideas. It's not on the paper. So I think that's one good thing which we all can have a takeaway. So Sanjeev, we talked about hiring, we talked about finding that repeatable, profitable unit. In today's era, when all the technology is available, resources available, and still people get distracted, what are the top 3 skills which if an entrepreneur has, she can take things to the 10x level?
So I think prioritization is very important.
Prioritization.
What are my top 3 things to do today?
True.
Or what are my top 3 things to do in the next 2 hours? So, see, when I was in college, in school, I was intelligent. I used to get the marks. But I was operationally, execution-wise, personally, totally disorganized. I didn't know I was, but I was. So my first job was in advertising in a company called Lintas, straight from college, before my MBA. Right? And I think I was beaten into shape by my bosses. So one of my first bosses, and I still acknowledge her contribution, right, to my personal development. Her name was Ritu Sethi, and she was an account supervisor, and I was a trainee. And she told me a very simple thing. This is a notepad. Notepad and pen. If I catch you coming into any meeting without notepad and pen and not taking notes, I'll throw you out of the meeting. And it's very kiya bhi. Won't get it, right? And she said one more thing. You will make a job list. कि आज मुझे ये करना है. So मैं आऊँगी 9:15 बजे office. आप आएंगे 8:45 बजे. First half an hour, you will make a plan for the day. This is my to-do list. What you call it checklist. This is my checklist.
Checklist of the day.
Checklist at the start of the day.
Yeah.
Right? We'll review it at 9:30. If you have a crisis anyway, you come to me. Otherwise, we will meet again at 1 o'clock. 15-20 मिनट we'll sit again. भाई ये हो गया, ये नहीं हो रहा, इसमें ये प्रॉब्लम है. अच्छा इसको ऐसे करो, all that. और ये 6 चीजें ऐड हो गई हैं. Because things happen in the day. And you cannot do it again. Then you come to me at 5:30. We review at the end of the day. So this discipline of noting stuff down, of making a job list, helped me a lot.
Absolutely. And today we have technology and tools to even take
But I
things.
still maintain a manual diary. And I still maintain a manual job list.
Yeah, absolutely.
I use technology for other stuff, but my job list is still manual.
True.
I have a physical diary. Today, on the way to Gurgaon, my Gurgaon office, I ordered next year's diary from Amazon. Because now, ab ho gaya hai September.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting requests for meetings for January. And I don't use a digital diary. So one of the biggest frustrations of my colleagues is, I put it in a calendar. I say, I don't look at my calendar on Outlook. I have a physical diary. So I'm still a dinosaur. I think most of you are younger than me. So you please use a Microsoft Outlook or whichever tool you use, whatever works for you. For me, still a physical diary is the best.
Absolutely. So what are the second and third skill which feel first was prioritization. So I think that's one thing which all can agree and can take notes. Second and third, like two more skills which you
So,
feel.
90% of what I've learned, I have learned in my first job, for 3 years, from 84 to 87. Okay? So the second thing I learned was how to beg.
How to?
How to beg. So you see, I was in a job where मैं 21 साल का था. I had nobody reporting to me. I was a client service executive in advertising. So my role was to get work done from 10 or 12 different departments.
Sure.
All of the people there were older than me and they were not reporting to me. And if they didn't do my work, उनको कुछ नहीं होता. Right? So whether it's the art director or the copywriter or the media planner or the media operations guy or the translator or the art production guy, whoever, or the accounts guy, they were all older than me. But I was responsible and accountable for the advertisement to my boss, my boss's boss, and to the client. भाई तेरा काम है to get all this work output done and coordinate it and get it done. Now, the reason why these people, if they didn't do my work, nothing will happen to them is because there were 10 other people like me going to the same person to get work done. So if they prioritize the other person's work above mine, my work would not get done. They would still be working. So मैं तो काम कर रहा था. But they were doing the other guy's work. Okay? So I had to learn to get work done from people who were older than me, who often displayed attitude, and who were not accountable to me.
Sure.
But I was accountable. Now, I thought that is an essential quality of an entrepreneur, to create something out of nothing. There are only 2-3 people in your company who listen to you. Your client will not listen to you. Your tax guy will not listen to you. Your vendor may not listen to you. फिर भी आपको काम निकालना है. और फिर आपको अपने client से पैसे collect करने बाद में. And his accounts guy will not listen to you. So how do you achieve your goals when you have to get output from people who don't have to listen to you, who don't have to do your work? So that requires huge people skills.
True. So second
Second
key
thing is
skill
people,
is the people skill.
people skills.
Right. So first was sir training भी चल रही है साथ साथ. They're making notes. Second was people skills.
Which in the beginning was about begging. यार please मेरा काम कर दे यार please कर दे. Okay? You know. And
So, वो
and
ego-
because of two sisters also in advertising, and I'm sure you've heard these stories from them also. Yeah. So, and Vikas would come home at 7 p.m. When we were living together in Bombay, and I would come home by 11 and say, क्या काम करता है? Okay. And I would say, yaar, if I have to get my work done, people are sitting late, I have to sit late, even though I'm not doing any work.
True.
If I go home, they will not do my work. So I have to just be there till they do my work. Okay?
True.
Okay, the third thing was, I think, the willingness and ability to work really hard. I think all entrepreneurs work really hard. You have to. नहीं तो काम नहीं होगा यार. Okay? So, I mean, when Narayan Murthy says 70 घंटे काम करो, मैं तो बोलता हूँ यार तो कम है. Why did he say only 70? And a lot of people don't agree with me, don't understand. But as a founder, you have to work really hard
Absolutely.
until it gets done. Because ultimately, you are carrying the can. Because you are finally responsible and accountable. Company आपकी है.
True. So Sanjeev, you have a CEO who is running Naukri.com, right? So how do you?
So first of all, he's a partner. He's not
He-
he's not an employee CEO.
Okay, so partner CEO, because we have few entrepreneurs sitting here who are running more than one business, right? Even guys, if you have any questions, if you want to ask, like Sandeep, Sachin, anybody, can you guys pass the mic? Anybody has any question from Sanjeev sir? Yeah. So we have many businesses, owners who are running multiple businesses. But if they're trying to get some exit, how to think about it and how to go about it. So you guys can ask any questions, anything which you
So
want.
good evening. My name is Sachin.
Mic thoda pass lo, louder.
Good evening, sir. My name is Sachin. I run an event management company called Wow Events, and we were blessed
Sorry,
to
what events?
Wow Events.
Wow events, okay.
Yes, and we were blessed to do your annual sales meet just in the month of April. We did that with your team, and now I realize that there also Keval sir was involved because the entire event was planned and managed on time due to using his tools and systems, so that everything was planned and run on that. So, but
Awesome.
my
I think a
question-
round of applause for that.
So my question is, like we have Cable Sir's Automate business, and they're providing such a beautiful tools to us, which is real value for money, just what we need as SMEs in India. It doesn't have extra features and right price. Why don't we see why this sector is so ignored that we don't have more such companies or more such solutions for us to, which help us do our business easily and scale it up in the process.
मेरा competition
Either
create
we
करवाओगे।
have either we have big companies like Zoho and Google Workspace that have a lot of features and so expensive. Half the features we don't use only. So what do you think, sir? हम इतने
नहीं,
ignored
देखिए,
क्यों हैं?
I guess large companies will initially focus on large markets and large clients. Okay, that's a natural human tendency. उनको profit चाहिए, and अगर बड़ी company को बेचा at a higher price, I make a higher profit. So often these are underserviced and ignored market segments, and it takes an entrepreneur, a local entrepreneur, not an American company, to come and see, अरे यार यहाँ पर gap है market में, right? Why don't I try and do something? And that's how it happens. It's a natural, I guess, evolution and progression of the market, which causes some solutions to come early and some to come late. But ultimately, everybody is trying to make a profit. Right? It's possible that 20 years ago, the SME sector was not large enough or lucrative enough to offer the kind of economic opportunity where a company could come and build this product and make a profit. I don't know, Vikas, what do you think?
So now you see, you're saying, sir, now people are
अभी आपकी
forcing
कंपनी का टर्नओवर कितना है?
So I am at around 25 CR.
25 year? 10 साल पहले a company like yours would have what kind of turnover?
I started with 1 CR.
1 CR, 2 CR, 2.5 CR.
Yeah, yeah.
अब 2.5 CR में कितना पैसा you can pay to a company like his? I have less than what you can pay today. So as simple as that, industry has evolved, companies grown larger, you can pay more than you could pay 20 years ago. You still don't not pay what a large company would pay,
Large company.
but it's enough to sustain an enterprise like his.
See, a very commonly used term, but thoughtfully applied, is called value proposition. Value proposition मतलब कि बेचने वाले को भी value, खरीदने वाले को भी value, right? It takes an entrepreneur to identify a proposition which creates two-way value. और जब तक वो two-way value की equation नहीं बनेगी, वो product market में ना बनेगा और ना उठेगा. तो there are many people who can create many tools, but which may not create value in your business. अब केवल का business जब B2B है क्या है? उसका business ये है कि he is not charging you anything. आप जो 5,000 10,000 दे रहे हो,
Right,
he's not
right. It's
charging
nothing.
you.
Yes, yes, yes.
He is only extracting a fraction of the incremental value his business is adding to your business. If that incremental value is not being added, you will not buy it. If it is being added, you will seamlessly buy it. Not only will you buy it, you will take a flight, come from Calcutta, come spend 2 days and go back.
Yes, exactly.
So therefore, the whole equation is the value proposition must seek and deliver value for both the stakeholders. तो जिसका टाइम आया, जिस entrepreneurs को समझा वक्त से पहले और किया, वो आगे निकल गया. जहाँ पे केवल बैठा इस समय.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Sir, so I'm Sandeep, I run a real estate business. So I was very impressed with this repeatable, profitable unit. So the way in your sales example, you said that
Mic thoda sa-
50,000 sales was giving you 28,000 profit, so which was a gap in the repeatable, profitable. I've been using Cable Search system for performance campaigns and all of those things. I wanted to understand your perspective on the other side. So I use a CRM system and I sell real estate through online platforms. Earlier, my cost of acquisition from lead to somebody finally buying my apartment was say 1,18,000. With his systems and all, it finally got reduced to 86,000. But it's still a repeatable, profitable unit for me because the more I spend, because that's the variable cost. So in the entire journey, when today, because you've been from advertising as well, in the entire thing, I mean, what in your campaigns have you seen where, how do I take it कि इससे optimum नहीं होगा अब? अभी सर ने already 30% कम कर दिया है मेरा cost, but as a marketer, it feels कि I can reduce it more. So when to stop, when to release, or
There is no formula, yaar. You and stuff evolves. क्या पता यहाँ से cost may go up, you don't know.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We have seen cost of customer acquisition on Google and Meta go up because there's more and more competition for that inventory. So people are bidding more. So we don't know, right?
Okay.
But obviously what you have to do is ensure you're continuously tracking that,
Okay.
possibly innovating, trying new stuff to see what works best. Perhaps, find cost per lead may go up, but maybe I can increase my percentage conversion. Maybe I can see what keywords and what creative campaigns will get me leads that convert higher. So I don't mind paying slightly more for that lead. So we know we do a whole bunch of things. So example, Jeevan Sathi. right? Jeevan Sathi works on a model which is you register free, you contact somebody free, or you express interest in somebody else free. So you can accept somebody else's expression of interest in you free, but eventually one of you have got to be paying to actually move the process forward. Now, मान लो जीवन साथी में दिन की 2,500 नई प्रोफाइल आती हैं. Now we can spend money on advertising, right? To increase 250 to 5,000. But if the quality of the incremental 2,500 does not result in significant higher sales, then it's money wasted.
Absolutely.
In fact, it creates spam for the serious user. I'm being distracted by somebody who's come and registered but is not serious.
True.
So I'll waste my time.
True.
So we have, using data analytics, have developed algorithms to figure out that this creative on this platform yields the kind of profiles who are serious, who others on our platform will like to contact, and they will also respond. Because unless there's mutual expression of interest, you're not creating value, either for either party or for yourself. So our holy grail is mutual expression of interest. If both parties are interested in each other. If they are, then baat banegi, shayad. And one of them will pay you.
So marketing analytics is the answer. Campaign wise आपको वो चीज़ analyze करनी पड़ेगी.
Also, अपने business में, B2B business, lead generation is the oxygen of your business, right? Lekin the term lead generation is not generic. A lead from an existing customer or more business from an existing customer costs you less. So you must always also continue to analyze and say, whereas a fresh lead can be worth its weight in gold, because new customer, new journey, new relationship, but do you have in your business enough offerings so that you can satisfy more and future emerging needs? And then you can do the analysis, are my old loyal customers, am I investing enough in them, in their success, that they are giving me referrals, which could be much lower. And then analyze and see as an aggregate what is the cost of generating lead, but do splice your business to see existing, new, future, prospective customers, and have a healthy balance of all of these in your business.
Absolutely.
There's a question in the back, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sanjeev, my name is Rashesh Doshi. I run a recruitment company, and firstly, I want to express gratitude. For the last 22 years, Naukri is the reason we have Roti, Kapda, and Makan at our end. My question is regarding the culture that you built at Naukri. It's a phenomenal culture of people who are retaining and have pride working for Naukri. And I know you've worked a lot on it. It would be appreciated if you could share the magic around it. Also, there's a pre-COVID story, the story how you kept your people together during the COVID time. I've heard it before, but if the rest of the audience could hear it, I think it'd be a wonderful gesture from your side.
Yeah. One of the things that we don't do is we don't downsize and we don't sack because the environment is difficult. Right? But we are able to do that because we have enough cash in the company. And we have enough cash because we make enough profit. And we make enough profit because we focus a lot on building a superior product and providing a solution which is the most useful to our clients. So we get our terms of trade. We can charge the prices we want, and we can charge 100% advance, and we get it. Right? It starts off from understanding the customer, finding the need gap, and producing the product that satisfies the need gap, and continuously innovating and improving it so that we get our terms of trade. We get our terms of trade, we have cash in the books. We have cash in the books. We have the luxury of not sacking people in 2008-9 when there was a global financial crisis. मुझे याद है, in 2009 there were 2 quarters when Naukri sales grew by 26% YOY, 2 consecutive quarters. Right? And we were under a lot of pressure to downsize. But we just said, no, we will not downsize. Let's see what happens. And that's because we had enough cash in the books that we were able to do that. Analysts and investors criticize us, why are you keeping so much cash? They say, we're keeping it for rainy day. And in the last 15, 18 years, ये rainy day दो बारी आया. One is global financial crisis. The second is COVID lockdown. COVID lockdown, April, June 2020. Naukri sales grew by 44% in that quarter, YOY. 44% minus YOY.
Okay.
No light at the end of the tunnel. No cure, no vaccine. Don't know what's going to happen. Right? And we just asked our CFO, right? Supposing sales goes to 0 and marketing expenditure is 0 and increments are 0, how long can we survive on the cash that we have? And he came back with the answer, 3 years. So that's when he said, we are sacking nobody. We're not cutting that cost. We did not even renegotiate our rents with our landlords, although the law allowed us to.
Absolutely.
We said, yaar, wo bhi phase hain bechare. Okay.
Awesome.
And you know, so stuff like that, we've done it twice so far. People remember. Right? Because we were clear that, look, this is a people's business. The company has been built by the people who are working here. Now, you can't sack them just because times are tough, if you can afford to keep them. And we made sure we could afford to keep them, because we had enough cash in the books.
आपने एक टर्म सुनी होगी, कल्चर ईट्स स्ट्रैटेजी फॉर ब्रेकफास्ट। इसका मतलब क्या? इसका मतलब ये है कि आप ऊपर बैठे हैं as senior people, you understand the business better than anybody else. Therefore, you have the privilege of determining what should be a strategy to grow the business. Once you make a strategy, you make a plan, you motivate people to go now, achieve the goals that you set. That will achieve you results if you go the right way. But if you have the right culture in the company, then people have an ownership in knowing what needs to be done. They don't need to be told what needs to be done, and they will do it anyway. So examples like these are the one that set those milestones in defining the culture of the company, and therefore people rise to the occasion equally when you're required to do that. And that's what a big company is built on. Culture is strategy for breakfast. ये मतलब होता है.
So one of the last question I have is, can MSMEs also, build a multi-million dollar business, and can they also think of dreaming of launching SME IP or,
Absolutely.
taking it big?
No, absolutely. I mean, you were telling me today that, even a 250 crore company SME, we went public when we were 86 crores.
Sandeep, कितना turnover है आपकी company? 420.
Yeah, and what's your profit? And you're growing at what rate? 12%. And what business are you in, sir? Real estate. Okay. I mean, you can. I think logically you can go public pretty quickly.
So, this is what we all need to understand कि हमारे सपने जितने बड़े होंगे ना, उतने ही बड़ी हम गेम खेल पाएंगे. Many of us are thinking too small कि हमें अगले month sale 10% बढ़ जाए, 20% बढ़ जाए. We all have upgraded to the level with automation कि अब हम actually बड़े सपने देख सकते हैं, हम बड़े goals बना सकते हैं, right? And वो एक vision जो है ना, वो it should not be only money कि इतनी बड़ी company बनानी है. Like my goal is helping 1 million MSMEs. So your goal, you need to find out something which you can relate to, and when you, let's say you grow old, you can remember that, okay, this was the vision I had seen and I have achieved that. What do you think about it? Like vision or mission का कितना importance है एक business owner की life?
नहीं, देखिए, vision evolves, तो goals evolve. So when we launched Naukri, right, I had a very simple goal. It was more a sales target. Right? कि if I can get 1,000 companies every month to pay me 500 rupees for one job listing, that's 5 lakh rupees a month. साल का 60 लाख. Right? मेरी तनख्वाह निकल जाएगी. Right? But I had not been taking a salary, and I was very, I was kind of working 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, teaching on weekends to somehow earn some money. So I said, कभी तनख्वाह निकल गई ना, I'll be really happy.
Absolutely.
Now, is that mission? That's certainly not vision. It's a sales target. It's a financial objective. Right? So vision evolves, mission evolves. Then, around the year 2000, when we were doing 3 lakhs a month, breaking even, and venture capital came, I then thought much bigger. So you learn to think big over time. You learn to think big as you get more resources. You learn to think big as you get more people around you. And hopefully you're thinking bigger this year than you thought last year. And last year you're thinking bigger than you thought the previous year. So it's an evolutionary process. And I mean, everyone in this room hopefully will get there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
लेकिन एक चीज़ है, there should be determination
Yeah.
to fight, to achieve and deliver what you set as a goal. Don't take setting goals and targets lightly. But once you set them, then if you have to boil the ocean, set the world on fire, you have to make sure you achieve your goals. इतना लेके चलोगे, आपके goals अपने आप बड़े होते जाएंगे और आप उनको achieve करते जाओगे. मुझे याद है 1989 की बात होगी. Sanjeev was already doing his business, जो भी patent search वगैरह जो. And I used to work. मैं executive था, business card था, travel करता था, what था हमारा. तो he would say, यार तू क्या कर रहा है? मेरे बैंक में बॉस 3 लाख रुपए हैं और कल इंडो पार्क क्रिकेट मैच में पूरा दिन देखा. तूने क्या किया? So businesses can give you a sense of release and freedom of creativity in many ways that a job cannot. So first of all, huge compliments to all of you that you chose the path of entrepreneurship, of doing business and creating value. तो इसी पे रहिए अपने गोल्स में, बट एक बार गोल सेट कर लिया तो उसको कैसे करके अचीव करना है, उस अगर आप ये एक आदत अडॉप्ट कर लेंगे ना, आप अपने आप ग्रो करेंगे.
Awesome. I think we have one last question we'll take. I think we'll go with him and then find him. Yes, Mike, very quick.
Good evening, sir. My name is Shubham.
Yes, Shubham.
Sir, my question is to Sandeep, sir. Sir, I am from the automobile industry. सर जैसे जब नौकरी आया तो नौकरी बिल्कुल नया कंसेप्ट था, कोई कंपटीशन नहीं था, बट जब जीवन साथी आया बहुत सारे और कंपटीशंस थे, शादी.com और वगैरह बहुत मैट्रिमोनी साइट्स थे. एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर आज के डेट में जो मैं चैलेंज फेस कर रहा हूँ इज स्पेसिफिकली विद रिलेटेड टू इंश्योरेंस. आज इंश्योरेंस रिजर्वेशन बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो गया क्योंकि बहुत सारे इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज आ गए मार्केट में. पहले ये ट्रेंड था कि भाई जिससे गाड़ी ले रहे हो आप इंश्योरेंस उसी से लो, बट अब ये हो गया कि भाई मार्केट में बहुत सारे इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज है, पॉलिसी बाजार है, एको है, आप जाके वहाँ ऑनलाइन इंश्योरेंस ले लो. लोग ले तो लेते हैं बट कस्टमर इज नॉट एडुकेटेड विद द फाइन प्रिंट. एको में और पॉलिसी बाजार में बहुत बार ये होता है कि आपने सस्ते में पॉलिसी ले तो ली, बट जब आप क्लेम करने जा रहे हो आपको पॉलिसी में प्रॉब्लम आती है. तो एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर अपने हम लोग क्या स्टेप्स ले सकते हैं कि वो कस्टमर उसको जहाँ से पॉलिसी लेना ले बट उसको एडुकेट कर सके.
See, I don't have the specific answer to that because I don't know your business. I don't know that market that well. But in general, if a customer trusts you and or you're able to build that trust, and if your pricing is not way off, right, I think Policybazaar's biggest promise is that compare and then buy, and we will sell you the insurance at the right price.
Absolutely.
So as long as your pricing is not too way off from that price, I think you'll manage to make that sale happen.
So trust and right pricing. बाकी तो मतलब value. Yeah, true.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Vimal? These are last two questions, and then we have.
Namaste, sir. In the starting, you told that you don't know about the exact figure of your business. So, how you feel comfortable by not knowing about?
No, so I'm not running the business anymore. I'm not the CEO.
Okay.
Right? So I know the rough number.
Okay.
But I focus on the investing piece where I know most of the numbers.
Okay.
So yeah, no, but you're right. I mean, if I'm running the business, I must know my numbers.
Yes.
No question about it.
Because whenever I do not see the daily reports or whenever I do not see what is happening regarding daily financing in the business, I feel very uncomfortable. And
No, that's a good-
absolutely.
that's a good sign.
That's
That's a very good feeling, and Sanjeev, that's a good sign that MSME industry is now
yes,
changing.
absolutely.
The attitude and the way.
But
people-
because I'm no longer the CEO, I don't look at it every month, every quarter.
Your last question, please.
as a owner, how do you control the business?
Actually, I don't. I'm a CEO. I don't control the business anymore. I'm a shareholder.
Yes.
Sir, I want to add further. If we are into multiple business, how we can exit that business and delegate the whole business to another person?
It's about finding the right people and and then delegating. But the point is that अगर आप 4-5 business कर रहे हो और सब business आप ही चला रहे हो, so beyond a point, I don't think we can grow very much because one person can only do so much.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so sir, basically while listening to you, I just got a point. Me and Sandeep are partners, so I'm the second generation of the company. So
Just be louder.
basically अभी क्या हो रहा है, the thing that you told कि I was 21 and जितने भी आपके साथ में आपके ऊपर काम कर रहे थे वो सब आपसे एज में बड़े थे. That same thing is happening with me. From the last 2 years I've entered into business. अभी I'm not able to get the right approach कि ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. My dad has said everything और मैं किसी गलत approach से जाके सब छोड़ के चले जाए. So what should be my
Yeah,
right
I mean,
approach?
you've got to be really, especially see if you're the owner's son
Yeah.
or one of the owner's sons, you're already coming in to the company with other employees view you with some degree of reservations, apprehension, perhaps fear.
Exactly.
Or perhaps they have an attitude where he's a kid, he doesn't know anything, but he's just there because he's his father's son.
Yeah.
Right? That's the time to be really humble and just tell, listen, boss, you're older than me, you're senior to me, you're more experienced, you're smarter, you're wiser. Please teach me.
Right.
Please guide me.
So I'll have to
Even,
go soft and smooth.
as a business owner, we should not have any kind of egos. You
Yeah,
should learn from your employee. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me how should we do it. So I think that's the right approach.
Perfect.
Right. So guys, I think we should all give a big standing ovation and round of applause to Sanjeev and Vikas. Sir, stay here. We have to say one hand from- to give you this token of appreciation. सर हम दोनों देते हैं, हम दोनों तो एक ही टीम में हैं ना.
As a token of our gratitude, sir, please accept a small gift. Louder, guys.